Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing y equals mx plus c skills and how to use that to plot lines on a graph. And I will also be going through, I haven't put it on the first slide as you can see, how we used to do it in year 7. So let's start with the way in year 7. So here we have a bog standard graph. And I like to call this the box method. So let's plot y equals 2x. And for those people good at maths, I have already either plotted it or they have some understanding. But then the thing is, you don't know what y and x is. They have an infinite number of possibilities. So you write every possibility that's allowed in the graph. Okay? And that would be pretty much a line. So I'll show you what I mean a little later. But anyway, the box method, because you often have like a mini box like this. These 3 boxes here, 0, 1, and 2, they should be empty. But I recommend always filling x out with 0, 1, and 2 because it has the easiest multiplications. Because here, all you do to find y is you replace, well, let's take x equals 0. You replace x by 0. And then 2 times 0 equals 0, and so on. So then 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. So it's really, that's the first bit. You don't go on for infinite possibilities. You only do 3 or 4 just to make sure. So now let's plot this on a graph. So here we got first one, 0, 0. So here x equals 0, and y equals 0. Next one, x equals 1, y equals 2. And then finally, we've got x equals 2 and y equals 4. But then I said there was infinite possibilities, okay? I've only jotted 3 possibilities down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect this, except we're going to go all the way to the end. So now, everything on this line is a possibility of y equals 2x. So if you take 3 here, go up. So if x is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. So y equals 6. So like that, there's also decimals which you go into, but you can't exactly guess where a decimal is on the exact point. And then you also don't have the number. So I'm just not going to go into that detail. But here we have pretty much infinite possibilities inside the graph, okay? So that's how we do it in year 7. But in maths, this is going to take a lot of time, especially if you have to draw out the box. Like I'm probably roughing like a minute, half a minute, around that is how long you're going to be taking to do this if you should. So we use y equals mx plus c skills. So we've got another graph here. So here we go, y equals mx plus c skills. So so we know y and x. They're the infinite possibility numbers, the undefined. The m, on the other hand, is the multiple of x. So like in the previous one, we had 2x. So the multiple is 2. And c is a constant because, well, it's always there. So then let's take a simple one. As there's no number before the x, we take m as 1. So then when we plot this, you always start off as x is 0. You always start there, which means that you don't have to, you can basically forget about the x and just plot down plus 4 with y as 0. So basically this is also known as the y-intercept. So let's plot that down. And then you always go right and then up per multiple. So here we go right 1 to this point. Then as the multiple is 1, you go up 1. But if it's a negative number, you go down. So basically you go right, and then you go up or down based on the multiple. And if there's a negative sign, you go down, and positive, you go up. But we'll cover that a little later as well. So anyway, now we draw the line, okay? A quick little tip. Make sure to always label. your line, because knowing that you're probably going to do 2 on a graph, likely, the examiner won't know which is which, and if you have a really strict examiner, then they're going to mark it down. So anyway, so then here we go. So like I said, negative. So starting with a y-intercept, so which is -1. So we can just plot that there. So now we go right 1. Okay. So now we can go up or down by 3. And as it's a negative, you go down by 3 each time. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's draw that in. And then we do it again. And we often go to 3 just to be safe. So, because then when you line it up to draw the line, if they don't line up, then you know you made a mistake. Well, 2, you can always make that line up. So 3 is a safety point. If you want to go more, go ahead. So you go down 3. See, I accidentally clicked there. But, so, like that, if I did that, I would have made a mistake. And then I could have changed it later. So that's basically an example of it. So let's draw the line in and label it. But then you'll also get these ones, which I actually nearly forgot in the exam until it was shown on the board. So I technically should have lost 2 marks in this exam because there's 2 of these types of questions. So basically, here x can be anything, but y has to always be the same. So it must also go through 2 and stay on this line 2. A lot of mistakes is that they have x going through x equals 2, not y equals 2. Like if I draw it in, see, I've got it just above the line for some reason, but it's supposed to be on the line. But anyways, yeah, it always has to, y always has to equal 2. So make sure you always line it up with a y equaling 2. So basically, yeah. And you don't have to, you can basically forget about the x-axis at this point because it's not needed in those types. So then let's label that. So x equals 8. Now you can forget about the y-axis and draw x going through 8. Like that. And then you label it. So those are the 4 types of questions you'd get. Negatives, positives, y equaling or x equaling. Simple as that. I think we should do some practice questions. So try these 2 questions. I'll give you a few seconds, but should take more time. Make sure you get graph paper before you do that, because if you, well, you're plotting lines on a graph, so yeah. Okay, if you need more time, pause the video right now, but let's continue. So let's start at the one on the top. So we can forget about the x and the y. So here we got +7. So we start up here. And then as we go right 1, and as there's no number before the x, we count it as a 1. And as it's negative, we go down by 1. So here, down 1, and do it again, which I've already put in. And now we got the line. So then we draw the line in. And then we label it. Simple as that. Bog standard question. Let's do it again. So y equaling 2x minus 2. So we can forget about the x bit and minus 2. So, oh damn, minus 2. Then we go right 1. Then as it's 2, we can go up or down by 2. And as it's positive, we go up by 2. Same thing. Then we draw the line in. Then we label it. Yeah, that's as simple as that. Yeah. So then let's do the y equaling something and x equaling. This should be the simplest ones, but like I said, I forgot this in the exam, so I'll give you a few seconds. Have it as quick as you can. Pause the video when you're done. So I'm going to continue now. Pause the video if you need more time. So y equals 3. Well, let's go through the y-axis on 3. Like that. You can forget about the x-axis. Then now we do x equals 2. We forget about the y-axis. The line must go through x equals 2. Well, yeah. Then we label it. So that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe to my channel. Anything you want me to do, put it in the comment section. And if you are my friends, could you not please put multiple hedges? Because I've had 2 comments on one of my videos like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. That's all for now. See you next time. Bye!